Afternoon. We'll have that for you at the top of the hour on KCTV 5 News at 4. In the meantime, though, we're going to watch here and hopefully watch as this comes to a peaceful ending, because we are getting into a busy part of the afternoon with schools being let out in the afternoon hours here, traffic building a bit as the workday begins to come to an end. And so this becomes extra dangerous, as it always is, no matter the time of day. When a chase is happening like this, of course, the biggest concern is innocent drivers, innocent bystanders, even pedestrians who may get in the way of this vehicle. Seems to be pulling into a residence right here. And as we get a closer look here from Chopper 5, we see that it is definitely not only, we thought maybe a black color, but definitely a blue Dodge Charger this afternoon that had pulled momentarily into this home, into this driveway, and then decided to turn around and go the opposite direction. Hopefully that means go right into the direction of authorities, but we'll wait here and see if that is indeed the case. I'm going to ask our control room to go ahead and question Chopper 5 and get us a better location, a better locator at where exactly this is. As it begins to meander around, obviously, this neighborhood area. If indeed it was Shoto Traffic Way for a while now, I believe this would be still north of the river this afternoon where this is taking place. Obviously, we hate to bring police chases to you because of the danger that it obviously... Okay, I just got word that this is on Parvin, coming up here to Antioch, also Route 1 in the Northland there, but this is on Parvin Road in the Northland, not far off of the interstate there. But again, this is on Parvin Road, clearly side streets now heading through that neighborhood and back on some main roadways here as we continue to follow this blue, kind of a mid-color blue Dodge Charger this afternoon. Our only alert was that maybe they just started following this car because of it driving sort of erratically, pulling over. The idea was to pull it over for sort of traffic violations, and then it took off through town just about 10 minutes or so ago, which is why we're going to follow this here and make sure that everyone stays safe on Kansas City roadways. So as best we can tell, we're near Antioch now in the Northland, having just pulled off of Parvin Road in the Northland, clearly going at very high speeds now as our Chopper 5 is able to keep a good look on it. But you can see just all the cars it's weaving in and out of and putting many lives, many drivers in danger at this hour. So here we go again through an intersection here. So again, we'll try to give you some better checkpoints here as to where exactly this car is this afternoon. Of course, we've followed just far too many of these here lately and know that sometimes it just puts too many lives in danger, which is why we're going to stay on top of this, as it now appears to be. The driver seems to be pulling through sort of a business area here, hopefully coming to a peaceful ending here shortly. But again, this looks to be like a office park here as we look on from above. Now that looks to be North Kansas City Hospital there, driving out of the hospital parking lot now, over the grass, over the median, and now back on to the roadway there. Coming up there, that main street being probably 210 Highway, as it turns then.
He's going to come back to 210 here in just a second.
Going towards, probably towards...
Westbound on 210.
Let's say westbound on 210. Okay, here. Westbound on 210.
Okay, sounds good.
And now we're back onto
210 and I-35 headed
major roadways here
City.
along I-35.
Westbound 210.
Going very high speeds, far too high for safety for sure, and clearly not giving way to any traffic lights, traffic signals, anything like that, which is where our biggest concerns come in. Now we're going to go back here into North Kansas City, more of the sort of downtown area of North Kansas City here. Here along Armour Road, much more congested area, where of course we're going to see a lot more cars, a lot more people, and several more busy intersections where this could
understand you have a witness aircraft much higher.
Could end in a bad way for sure. Okay, turned off of Armour Boulevard here. So again, we're heading right around the North Kansas City area this afternoon now, and heading toward some residential areas, heading southbound, it seems, here on Swift. off of Armour Boulevard here. So this is now heading southbound on Swift. This car that police are actively chasing now, this kind of dark colored blue Dodge Charger they've been after now for a good 15 minutes or so, I would say, and now heading back over towards Burlington on this side street here. So this is this area here is much more congested than it used to be. Lots more people hanging out in this area where the Chicken and Pickle is, and lots of new businesses. So we're going to stay on top of this from Chopper 5 and hopefully bring this to a nice conclusion. So now it turned left, which would be southbound on Burlington here, heading towards downtown. So heading from North Kansas City into the downtown area now on Burlington, and still these high speeds. They haven't slowed a bit, just really taking full advantage of these open roads this afternoon, just getting very scary as we head into these congested areas. So again, this car that police are chasing now, the one that we are hovering above, bringing you the very latest on, is a car that police have been chasing now for 15 minutes or so. When we got earlier, just about 5 minutes or so, we got a good look inside that driver's seat. Seems to be a male driver wearing a bright orange t-shirt. But that's about all the visual we could grab. We don't know if there's anyone else in the car at this point. Now going southbound on Burlington, so over the bridge here into the downtown area. This is going to be obviously much more congested roads, heading towards the downtown area over that Heart of America bridge there. So something we will stay on top of here just for safety's sake and make sure this comes to a peaceful ending.
Back into the River Market proper.
Okay, so now we're in the River Market area, heading sort of westbound into the River Market area. Again, these streets much smaller and many more stop signs and such in this area, and a lot more populated too, causing great concern for all of us here, police officials, to be sure. So heading towards 5th Street here, out of the River Market towards the downtown area there on 5th Street. You'll have to pardon me as we have momentary spots where we have to kind of give that chopper shot a break as we take it back now and watch as this police pursuit continues through all of Kansas City at this point. Had been focused primarily in the Northland, now heading into the downtown area this afternoon, just at a time when businesses are starting to head towards the end of their workday. And here, very busy downtown area here, as we continue to try to stay on top as best we can of this police chase. So this is heading right now, you can see the Sprint Center there on the left, heading southbound there towards the Crossroads District. Again, right through these intersections, paying absolutely no attention to traffic signals, safety signals at this point, and safety obviously our biggest concern, which is why we're bringing this to you live here on KCTV 5 News at 5. But heading down here towards the Crossroads area, just going as fast as this car has been going all along, even on the busy highways, and now here on these populated streets, going very fast. Very unsafe situation happening here. I know police units have told us over the years that they make a judgment call at this point, whether to continue a pursuit on the ground right behind them, or is it too unsafe to try to continue that chase in that way. And that is, I'm sure, the judgment call that they're trying to make. Now, nonetheless, they want to get this car to come to a stop. Obviously, this dark colored blue Charger that they've been after now for about 20 minutes or so now. We're looking here at a car that they're looking at here, seems to be around 27th and Grand area. If that helps you, if you know anyone who works in this area might be leaving at any time, may want to just pause for a moment, make sure this comes to a peaceful ending before you get caught up in the thick of this. You sure do not want to be around a car running from police in this way. Scary situation, but the car seems to be still in very good shape despite going over berms and grassy areas and things like that along the way. There has seemingly been no stop sticks put out in advance of this car in any way, so this car is clearly running just fine as it makes its way around the city this afternoon, coming very close, as you just saw there, to other cars on the roadways. This is a scene that we just hope will come to a peaceful ending here very soon, but we, at least from Chopper 5 here, can't get a good handle on where exactly the police are as far as how close they are in this pursuit, or if they are able at this point, hopefully, to get ahead of him a bit and try to stop cars from that direction. Taking a sharp turn here off into this side street. evasive maneuver here for sure.
Right,
that I'm not sure where this is heading.
Block west of Paseo. Right by
Okay, so this is
Paseo
very near the
Lake.
Paseo. This is just west of the
So
Paseo,
about,
and then heading into a more residential area. Again, this is our concern. Residential areas, most of all, because of the time of day being time when kids are coming home from school. Kids are out playing. It's a decent day, nice weather, and kids may be outside. And so obviously something that we're concerned about is just people being in the line of this as it continues to go on now into about 25 minutes into this police chase. So I think we're back on the Paseo here, that being a one-way section of roadway, and it appears that this car that they're after is going in the wrong direction down that street, adding just to the severity of this chase now. Continuing the wrong direction down this one-way street as police try to pull this car over and end the danger for Kansas City this afternoon. Now we're going to get another locator here as it continues on. It seems to be southbound again, heading more into the town proper. Back on the Paseo here, it looks like southbound again on the Paseo.
Yeah, speed's picking up again.
And again, running at just a real good clip. The tires seem to be holding up despite sort of all the manic maneuvers earlier on in this chase. But again, we seem to be coming up in about 25 minutes or so, almost 30 minutes this chase has been going on. So
Southbound on
just
Paseo.
far too long. It has meandered here through these neighborhoods now. Ooh, just barely clipped that car, it looked like, in that intersection there. That came darn close if it didn't clip it, indeed.
Headed back towards 71 Highway 30.
Okay, heading back towards a highway here. It looks like heading towards 71 Highway here now. Now the question is, will this person choose to get on the highway here?
Southbound along the front.
Apparently, we're hearing from police they're going to throw down some stop sticks here shortly and try to get ahead of them a little bit and at least slow those tires down to a degree so they can maybe get a better handle on this car here. Again, we are unclear as to why exactly they were initially following this car other than for a routine traffic violation type of thing, but then just took off. Now, we do know that there were some stop sticks back there, and it did run over those. So hopefully those tires are at least a little bit maimed here, and hopefully will slow down a bit as it now gets back onto 71 Highway, heading in the southbound direction of 71 Highway this afternoon. Again, these are live pictures you're looking at with me here from Chopper 5 as we follow this police chase through town. Been going on for about half an hour now as police continue to track this Dodge Charger. We got a closer look at it earlier. It looks real dark here, but it's kind of a bright blue in color, medium blue in color as it meanders its way all through town. But judging by the speed that they're up to now already on the highway here, I don't think those stop sticks did much good, if indeed they were hit at all. Amazingly, along the way has just weaved in and out of traffic. And so far, at least, we have yet to see anyone else, any innocent bystanders through all of this being hit. But look at the congestion he's coming upon now and the type of danger he's putting himself and all of these other drivers here along 71 Highway in this afternoon. Very scary, very tense situation happening right now, something that we get very concerned about for obvious reasons during times like this, especially in the middle of the afternoon, as I mentioned, as kids head home from school and as the workday is starting to come to an end. More and more people are out there and potentially in harm's way if indeed this police chase goes on much longer. So again, if you're just now joining us here, we are just about to enter into our KCTV5 News at 4 at the top of the hour. But we've been following this police chase. This car that you see circling through that intersection right there, that's the one they're after. We've been staying over it here with Chopper 5 for the last 35, 40 minutes or so now, as it makes its way now onto 51st Street. This heading now in the eastbound direction on 51st Street. So eastbound on 51st Street, heading towards Swope Parkway this afternoon. And at least here in this area, a little less congestion, a little fewer people out here in this area that could potentially be hit by this madness. But at times, we have seen this car go up to very high speeds, not only on the highway, but even on side streets as well, making for a dangerous afternoon for certain. So again, we are following this police chase through the afternoon, something that gives us great cause for concern as we try to figure out what exactly it will take to bring this car, this driver, to a stop finally. It did pull into a certain driveway earlier on. I was hoping this person was kind of giving up and giving himself over to police, but that does not seem to be the case. But very momentarily, we caught a very good glimpse inside that driver's seat, and we saw a man with a bright orange T-shirt. Whether there's anyone else in the car, we are unclear at this point. Looks to be heading south now on Mersington, and then taking another turn left here onto another side street as it meanders its way yet still through these neighborhoods this afternoon. Going, I said, at some points at high speeds. They've tried to set down stop sticks along the way, and now this driver seems to be coming out of the car, hands up, and for whatever reason chose this particular spot to give up. And oh, police are right there behind him. Just seconds behind him. This is just east of Swope Parkway, where they have now successfully taken this driver into custody. And we'll just wait here.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. Did you come to me?
We'll just stay here and make sure, indeed, that there was no one else in that getaway vehicle, and see here what transpires here as this driver that we've been watching for the last 40 minutes or so has really taken police all over the metro, north of the river and then south of the river, over the Heart of America Bridge, through the downtown area, through the Crossroads District, and now here finally pulled the car over, opened the door, put his hands up, and is being successfully handcuffed there on the side of the road now and being taken away in the police cruisers now. We're getting sort of a better look here at the suspect they've been after.
Okay. Yes,
And it does seem that officers have taken a look inside that car now, and it appears he indeed was the only person inside that car that they gave chase to for a good 45 minutes or so. Checking pockets now, checking to see what he might have on him before they actually take him away in the police cruiser this afternoon. What we will effort for you are answers to some of the broader questions. Is that, why did they give chase initially? What was it that alerted them to this particular car, to this particular driver? Was it just erratic driving that we were seeing initially, or was it something bigger, something larger? And what indeed led him to lead a chase like this and then ultimately to surrender here just east of Swope Parkway this afternoon. But happy to report here, at least from what we could see from Chopper 5 from above, which was a very good look at this police chase through town, it did not appear that he hit any other person or any other car along the way as he meandered his way all through the town, which was, I might say, quite amazing that we can say that no one else was hurt this afternoon in all of this, because there was a lot of traffic out there, a lot of people out this afternoon, a decent weather day, and so a lot of people out. And that's, of course, the first concern, and now the second concern is what led to this, and what the motive was to begin with here, and now what will he be charged with as well. So we also want to get some answers from police. I know they have different protocol now as to when they give chase and when they pull back and things like that, but it does seem they were really kind of ready. Once he slowed down a bit, they were right on his tail and ready to take him into custody now. If you're just now joining us, they're just handcuffing this driver of a car that led police on about a 45 minute police chase all through town, primarily starting in the north part of the city, in the North Kansas City region, and then leading on over the Heart of America Bridge into downtown, and here then finally all the way south on 71 Highway till finally he came to an end here near Swope Parkway this afternoon. As I mentioned, I seems to be the only person in that vehicle. They're definitely kind of canvassing the car now to make sure there's nothing else inside, no one else inside. But if you're just tuning in and looking from afar here, that the driver is wearing some sort of bright orange, kind of yellowy jacket of some sort, And so you can clearly, with all the police officers here wearing dark colored clothing here, you can pick him out easily from these pictures here as we continue to follow this and bring you a successful ending to a police chase that has really taken over a whole lot of officers this afternoon. But the good news is it come to a successful ending as he did end up finally pulling over and putting up his hands in surrender. So we do have a suspect now in custody, cuffed on the side of the road here at least, and will be taken away here shortly, I'm sure, once they make sure that the scene is definitively clear. So again, the best case scenario, I guess, in all cases of covering police chases, that indeed no one else, at least along the way, was hurt, and they do have the person they were searching for now in custody, at least in handcuffs here along the side of the roadway here. So if you're looking at the commotion, or if you were telling your loved ones and so forth downtown to kind of hang out, don't leave yet, I think you've been given the all clear now that indeed the roads are again safe, as this police chase is now successfully over, and police officers here can get this person into custody and try to figure out what charges, if any, he will be facing for what has transpired this afternoon. We're going to bring you some video here earlier if you're wondering what has happened here or why we're staying on top of this. It was a dangerous situation, started about 45 minutes ago, as one driver in this dark-colored Charger, this Dodge Charger, just started meandering through traffic and fleeing from police at sometimes high rates of speed, causing a quite a dangerous situation throughout the metro this afternoon. And we were just hoping, keeping our fingers crossed here, as I'm sure those officers were too, that it would come to a peaceful ending. And indeed, finally, that Dodge Charger, that driver there in the orange, kind of bright yellow jacket that you see here, did come out with his hands up, surrendering then to authorities and seemingly coming to a full peaceful ending here. So it's something we'll stay on top of, obviously, throughout the afternoon as we continue to learn more details.